Hello everybody, welcome back to Connor's Comic Corner. Today on the show we have a review so small, it's big. And I'm reviewing Ant-Man, if you really didn't get that. Anyway, let's get on to it. Ant-Man is another Marvel movie that's coming out over the next 9 years, and that's out now. And it's brought to you by Marvel Studios, the ones who have made Avengers Age of Ultron, Captain America Winter Soldier, Thor Dark World, and Ant-Man is very much connected to all these movies, especially Age of Ultron, because we get a lot of references to and from that, especially with Scott and Hank Pym. So I'll get started with the characters. Hank Pym, although he's not the main character, Hank was the original Ant-Man. When it was first announced that they were doing Ant-Man, everyone speculated that Hank Pym was going to be Ant-Man in this, but he's not. Scott Lang is. Bit of comic history on Hank Pym. Hank Pym actually was a founding member of the Avengers. He also created Ultron. So unlike in the movie where Tony and Bruce created him, it was actually Hank. In this movie, Hank is played by Michael Douglas, so he's much older. We get to see at the beginning of the movie, this is spoiler, not major but minor, we get to see at the beginning an early SHIELD. So this is kind of as a reference to the TV series Agent Carter. We get to see Peggy Carter, Howard Stark, and another guy, I forget his name, but we see Michael Douglas there as Hank Pym, and you know that he's a member of SHIELD, and it actually shows him quitting because they're trying to use his Pym particles, which he uses to shrink, as for a weapon, and that's why he quits and kind of goes away. Flash forward about flash forward about 26 years exactly. Yeah, 26 years. We meet Scott Lang, who's ex-con. We see him getting out of prison, and he's just a guy really trying to support his daughter, and he really can't hold a job. His friend, who was also an ex-con, gets him to do this job by stealing from this old guy's house that has a giant vault in it, and we get like this whole it's a funny kind of backstory thing. It's him telling who told him, and then what told him, and then who told him again, and then who told that person, and it just goes all back around. And anyway, the thing that he's actually stealing is the Ant-Man suit, and later on we find out that Hank actually planned for Scott to get the suit, and we see that throughout the movie how he gets it, uses it, and all that. I'll go on to Hope Van Dyke now. Hope Van Dyke is the daughter of Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyke, who is the Wasp, and we get to see Wasp a bit in the movie, but we don't actually get to see Janet face to face. Hope, she's actually a really cool character. She's very strong, and mainly she's there to help teach Scott how to use the ants, how to fight, even though she really doesn't think he should be in the suit and it should be her. But we find out why Hank Pym never let Hope actually use the Ant-Man suit, which I'm not going to spoil for you because that would just give it away, it's a cool part of the movie. The main villain is Darren Cross, and we find out Darren Cross used to be an apprentice of I can't believe his name, Hank Pym. Don't know why I did that. Apprentice of Hank Pym, and now he's the head of Pym Industries, and is changing it to Core Tech. Core Tech, yep. And then later he becomes Yellow Jacket. Even though he's not really the best character, I thought he was pretty kind of lame. I didn't, no, not lame. Lame's the wrong word. I didn't think he was the best character in the movie. Wasn't very interesting. He's kind of like a one slate character. Like with other villains, say like Loki, he had personality. He also had objective of why he was doing this. Darren was kind of doing it to get a bit of revenge on Hank, but then really it was just then him at the end fighting Scott for some reason. Either way, I still thought he was a pretty good character. The movie overall was really, really well done. Um, it's mainly what they were trying to make it was a comedy and an action movie, and I think they balanced that perfectly. With all the comedy mainly comes from Scott and Hank. I don't know why I keep forgetting Hank's name. It's ridiculous. And then the action does come from the scenes where Scott is Ant-Man and he's mainly fighting like either when he's breaking into Cord, when he's breaking into Pym Industries, and then fighting Darren Cross. Um, Overall, this movie is really well done. I would definitely go see it again. If you haven't seen it, please do go watch it. It's worth it. That's basically it. Thanks guys for watching this review. I'll have more videos up in the next few weeks. So until then, I'll see you all later. Bye.